What if the very drugs we rely on for daily aches and fevers are silently undermining our health? A groundbreaking study has revealed that common over-the-counter painkillers like ibuprofen and acetaminophen could be fueling one of the most alarming threats of our time: antibiotic resistance. This isn't just about pain relief anymore. It's about a potential crisis that could reshape how we manage medications, especially for vulnerable populations. Let's dive into the details and explore why this discovery is sending ripples through the medical community. You've likely reached for ibuprofen, Advil, Motrin, or acetaminophen, Tylenol, for a headache, sore muscles, or a fever. These medications are household staples, trusted for their accessibility and effectiveness. But here's where it gets controversial. Scientists at the University of South Australia have discovered that these drugs might be helping bacteria evolve to resist antibiotics, sometimes even when the antibiotics aren't directly involved. The study focused on E. coli, a bacteria notorious for causing gut and urinary tract infections. Researchers found that when ibuprofen or acetaminophen were combined with the antibiotic ciprofloxacin, the bacteria developed genetic mutations at an alarming rate. Not only did this make them resistant to ciprofloxacin, but the resistance spread to other antibiotics from different classes. Imagine a scenario where a single infection becomes untreatable because the bacteria have adapted to multiple drugs. This is the nightmare scenario these findings hint at. The implications are staggering, particularly for older adults in residential care facilities. These individuals often take a cocktail of medications for chronic conditions: blood pressure, diabetes, pain, sleep issues, and more. The study highlights a critical risk. When non-antibiotic drugs interact with antibiotics, they might be creating a perfect storm for antibiotic-resistant bacteria to thrive. Lead researcher Associate Professor Riti Venter warns that this isn't just about antibiotics anymore. We need to rethink how we manage medications, especially in aged care, where polypharmacy is the norm, she says. To understand the scale of the problem, consider this. The World Health Organization reported that antibiotic resistance was directly responsible for 1.27 million deaths globally in 2019. Now imagine that number rising as everyday medications inadvertently contribute to the crisis. The study tested 9 common drugs used in aged care, including ibuprofen, metformin, atorvastatin, and tramadol. Each of these, when paired with antibiotics, showed the potential to accelerate bacterial resistance. But here's the part most people miss. The mechanism isn't just about chance. Ibuprofen and acetaminophen actively activate bacterial defenses to pump out antibiotics, rendering them less effective. This isn't a one-time effect. It's a systemic shift in how bacteria survive in the presence of multiple drugs. And this is the part that sparks debate. Should we reconsider the widespread use of these painkillers, even if they're essential for many? The research team isn't calling for an outright ban on ibuprofen or acetaminophen. Instead, they urge a more cautious approach. We don't want to stop using these medications, Associate Professor Venter clarifies, but we must understand how they interact with antibiotics and with each other. This includes looking beyond simple 2-drug combinations. The message is clear. Medication management needs to evolve to address these hidden interactions. So what's next? The researchers are pushing for broader studies on drug interactions and long-term treatment plans. They emphasize that this isn't just a problem for aged care. It's a wake-up call for all of us. After all, how many of us have taken ibuprofen with a prescribed antibiotic without a second thought? We'd love to hear your take. Should common painkillers like ibuprofen and acetaminophen be reclassified as high risk when combined with antibiotics? Or is this a case of overblown concern? Share your thoughts below. We're all in this together when it comes to safeguarding our health. Reference: The Effect of Commonly Used Non-Antibiotic Medications on Antimicrobial Resistance Development in Escherichia coli by Hanbei Chen et al., published in MPJ Antimicrobials and Resistance. DOI 10.1038 S44259 025 00144W. Funded by the Medical Research Foundation. Never miss a breakthrough. Join the SciTech Daily newsletter to stay informed about the latest discoveries shaping our world.